How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another Quant update. We've seen a few rejections over the last couple of weeks, but hopefully my videos helped you out. I was saying that as long as the moving averages maintain, eventually Quant should bust through this, with my expectations set $150 next. That's great. This is what we need to see for Quant to sustain a long-term bullish move. And I've had some comments over the last few videos saying, why only $3.30? Or in fact, I think it was why only $800? My apologies. Why not higher than $800? Well, if you've been in this coin or project or any altcoin the last few years, you've seen how disappointing it has been. The only one that's sustainably gone higher is Bitcoin itself. And that's opened my eyes, at least, so what this industry is. So I know where I want to be putting my money long term. Now, with those expectations lowered, because if you remember these last few years, I was constantly saying, we're going down, we're going down, we're going down. But of course, many people in disagreement. It doesn't matter, that's how it played out anyways. And I'm saying also that on the breakout of this range, I have expectations set at the previous all-time high, even higher. But why not higher than $800? So once we were back over here in 2022, 2023, we had the same situation. You can see what's going on here is like a micro version of what happened up there, and it never broke the 886. So you can see why we never hit those targets, and those targets were as high as $11,000. And people were talking about 5K and 11K all the way back then, and how it's going to happen the next year, the next year, the next year. And now 3-4 years have passed since that moment. Where is it? It's nowhere near that. So to have these crazy expectations is very foolish. I would always now measure the current move that we're going through. This was the current dip. So in order to get out of this structure, we need to break through $150. On the break of $150, my next expected dip would come between 229 to 333. So that's where I expect the next top to be. You can see it's in alignment with this area right here. Exactly. So these levels are not random. Now, I didn't look back to place this Fibonacci. I just placed this Fibonacci on the current dip, and it aligns with that previous top. Funnily enough, if you've been following me from back here, I actually got quite, back then, that's how my channel got bigger, because I was calling for a top in this area. Now we can also see the 1618 and the 1474 area in alignment with this previous resistance. So it lost it, used its resistance, and head lower. So we can see that these Fibonacci's are not random. They're in alignment with previous macro levels. So my expectation is once the 886 is broken, there's going to be a move up into $229. That is another rejection point, anywhere between 229 to 333. Then another correction will come, whether it's as early as here or as late as there. And then we have to go live through this exact same thing once again. Remember that I'm not a holder. So you'd have to live through that exact same thing again, and then hope that this area of 100 to 150 now acts as support. It has not been doing so over the last few years. So a move down must hold that support. And then from there, you could hit 500 to 800. You will have another fib at that point, and the 1270, 1618 area, maybe it aligns like that. I don't have the exact dip, so this is just complete random. This is not correct Fibonacci to use. I need completed moves. I'm just drawing a fake move, so this is not true. But just as an example, when you do get that correction, you're going to see that this target area 1 will line up with that target area 2. So further confirmation or further confluence, suggesting that is the target area for this cycle. That is it from me today. Like, subscribe, comment, share. More education, links in description. More content, links in description. Join the Discord community today, and I'll see you over there. Peace.